1991 was the very last year of competition of 8-time Mr. Olympia, Mr. Lee Haney, and lo and behold, IFBB have found already a replacement. They said he looks like Lee Haney with better legs, namely Dorian Yates, and indeed he was a legitimate, perfect replacement. He looked absolutely to be saluted, and indeed he won the next year in 1992 in Helsinki versus Kevin Levroni and Lee Labrada. And guess what? He was still looking human. He was even dwarfed by Lee Labrada in the most muscular pose. But then he went back to England and did this. Oh my god, metamorphoses, baby, please. On a daily basis, he transformed himself. He gained so much, it was absolutely mind-boggling. He sent these crazy pictures few weeks prior to Mr. Olympia 1993 that were published in Flex magazine. The world of bodybuilding was absolutely mesmerized. Never have we seen such mass development with a proper conditioning as this one. Absolutely shocking. In only 1 year he had gained so much, and now we can admire these old footage from that photo shoot in 1993. They resurfaced a year later. The quality is VHS, but tell you what, wow, it looks absolutely impressive. He was so big, he had some trouble holding the pose. Story goes to tell, he used to weigh 269 pounds, like an uncharted territory for no bodybuilder. I mean, Lee Haney was stopping 240, 243. This guy pushed it to a new limit. Look at the back. It's freaking slabs on slabs on slabs of muscles, layer upon layers, bro. Look at that back. Crazy, even by today's standards. Do it right now like this, stays in Mr. Olympia, he will smoke everybody in the back department. Tell you that much. A journalist asked him, Dorian, why didn't you come this big to Mr. Olympia? Because he came at 257. He said, bro, I did not want to shock the world. Look at the Christmas tree. Wow, Dorian Yates. A sight to be saluted even by today's standards. In my reckoning, the best back ever if you detail it pretty much point by point. Just mesmerizing. Another level of muscular development. These calves are absolutely loyal, only comparable to Jurassic Paul Dillette and the late Mike Matarazzo. The forearms he had back then, they can rival those of Boo Bunder and Phil Heath of today's era, can tell you that much. And the front lat spread, as you guys know, when a journalist is somehow mesmerized, when he admires a very pose of Joshua or even Boo Bunder, he would say, that front lat spread looks Dorian-esque, because he was a milestone, right? He was just pushing this to a new level. They called him the Shadow, because he goes to Britain, he heads there for freaking 1 year, and then he comes back to collect the paycheck and the sendo and goes back. He does not like the drama. He hides pretty much for a full year. You can now see him seated there, and you can see these lats pretty much world class, amazing, even bigger than Lee Haney, who was pretty much the standard. It was the benchmark. This guy pushed it to a new height, a new level. But then again, he did not want to shock us, so he dropped about 12 pounds and he showed up in Mr. Olympia in this condition we're going to see right now. Proper. Dorian, proper. 257 was the weight on stage in Mr. Olympia, and even at that, you know, Sean Ray, when he talked about it years later in 1996, he said, bro, when he came in 93, he smoked us all. He killed us all. It was like a new height, a new level of muscular development combined with a proper conditioning. He brought that paper thin that you would not see in Lee Labrada or Lee Haney, Richard Gaspari, Christian, and so on. Mike Christian, Mike Ashley did not have this kind of very details. The vascularity, the human muscular development have reached new height. It has traversed new frontiers, baby please, and there was no turning back. Again, 1993, there was not even internet, not even Windows 95. So the very sheer bulk of the fans watching this underground discipline called bodybuilding were only gym rats, only gym bros. And guess what? Most of them suffers from bigorexia. So they applauded this monsters, this very giant coming from Britain and dominating the discipline, the bodybuilding world. And sure enough, there was no turning back. Dorian Yates single-handedly changed the game of bodybuilding forever. It was a cornerstone, a very milestone, a game changer that year, 1993, exactly a quarter of a century ago. The Shadow did it by himself. And sure enough, bro, in the next few years, everybody joined the mass gaining spree. Kevin became the Maryland Machine. Nasser El Somebody, 283 pound. Jurassic Paul Delat. Everybody was big. The smallest guy, like Sean Ray, they were outclassed. He tried to come bigger in 95, but he was soft. So these small guys were depressed. They were outclassed for good. Until today, the big Fona, who is still reigning supreme, has to thank one guy for that change, namely Dorian the Shadow Yates. Hate him or love him, he was the very game changer, single-handedly changing this bodybuilding game forever. Don't forget to like the video, tell me what you guys think about it, and subscribe to the LUI. The front lat spread of Dorian Yates was proper, and probably the best ever until today, bruh.